Noon. Today is March 8th, 2013, and we are here with Dattatreya to ask him many questions about the early days of the ashram. When did you first come to the ashram?
I came in the year 1961, February 16th.
And you first saw Mother what day?
In those days, Mother was giving balcony darshan, and I had the opportunity of seeing her at the balcony.
I came the same year.
Good, very good.
I came
Glad, very
1961, yes. Now,
Mother, let us ask him a little bit about his family and when did he first hear
yes.
Mother and Sri Aurobindo?
How did you first hear about Mother and Sri Aurobindo, and did your parents know about them?
My parents were not devoted to Mother and Sri Aurobindo. My father was a staunch devotee of Sri Rama. And in my boyhood, I was staying in a hostel called Adarsha Vidyarthi Nilaya. There I had the whole library with me, and I had the opportunity to read about Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. And when once I was in a bookstall, railway station, I saw the call of the Gita. Sri Aurobindo's essay edited by was that Roy Shailen's brother. And then once I saw the Mother sitting, Mother India on the front page, and below written Sri Aurobindo's, that photo, and I looked at the photo and I felt very much powerful. The photo of the Mother was so impressive and powerful that as if she is the Almighty, how can I say, it was there. And the essays on the Gita, they were also very much interesting.
So, how old were you when you came to the ashram?
I was 27 years old.
And what is the work that you have done in the ashram? What work do you do?
You know, where to start?
Working somewhere.
From my boyhood, I was interested in spiritual life. And in the 18th year, when my SSC exam, secondary school, that was over, I had time to concentrate more on the spiritual. And with concentration unbroken for 3 days and nights, I had a strong experience that I am immortal. And then I decided to dedicate my life to the spiritual goal. And there the head of the institution where I was living, he took me to Dr. Bendre, Dr. Bendre, they called Varakavi, they call him, who has received the Jnanapiti Prashasti. He is a staunch devotee of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. There he took me and he told, this is very good, this experience, does it remains all the time with you, or it stands at the back and time to time it comes? I told him it is there at the back all the time. Sometimes time to time it comes to the front. He told me 3 things. One, it must become all the time constant with you, all the time ready, available with you. And second thing, he told, you cannot expect anybody, others outside, to understand what you are and respect you. And the third thing he told, you will not be able to express in outward life what you feel all inside. And then he gave me a folder of 4 aspects of the mother, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, Mahasaraswati and all that. And then he gave the code of sportsmanship, a small booklet. And then he was taking sugar from dining room whenever he used to come. He was coming with a group of people, and there at his home he was keeping that sugar as a prasad. Whoever goes to the village, he was giving that prasad. So he gave me that prasad. And then after that our meeting was over. And after this, my attention was diverted to the next step in sadhana. That was the conquest of lower nature. You know, my personal effort was standing nowhere against the nature forces that were pulling us down. So all my efforts were failing, and I was on the point of accepting the ordinary life, giving up the spiritual aim and leading whole life, dedicated life to the spiritual. At that juncture, I came to the ashram to see the mother. And when I saw the mother in the balcony darshan, she stood before me as a promise of victory over lower nature. And it was quite natural that I dedicated all myself at her feet. And at that time, I had come on 3 days casual leave from Madras. I had come for phone inspector's training. And 3 days over, I had to go back. I went back, and then my mind, soul, everything remained with the mother. And my mind was not getting absorbed in studies, and I was sitting in the class, and there I was going to, as soon as the class is over, I was going to St. Thomas Mount nearby. It was, our center was in Minambakam, just near
Yes,
the
I know.
airport. And there I was going, and on a rock I was sitting with closed eyes, like this. Yeah? And what I was feeling, what was something from great, great, inconceivable height. Something is pouring.
So you were sitting on the rock.
I was sitting on a rock, and with closed eyes, I was seeing there is some with great heights, inconceivable heights, something inconceivable. You cannot understand what it is. It is pouring down. It's all, and that was most attractive. Perhaps it was undefinable divine, I don't know, I can't say. And then my decision was taken that I shall offer my whole life to the mother, and I was writing letters. If she gives a yes, come, then I will go and stay. My studies and all I had I left rather sitting idle in the class. But everybody, friends and teachers and everybody understood this boy is out. And they were trying to convince me, don't leave your study, you continue your study, like that.
Your father also?
My father does not know about all this now. But when I decided to stay, later on that came. And then
job before coming
I was not getting any reply. Letter after letter I was writing to the master, and I was not getting any reply. And finally I had to take decision. If it is a mother's wish that I should continue study, I shall continue. And how to decide that? I fixed a particular date. If I don't get any reply within that date, I shall think that it is her wish. With that, then I did not get answer, and I started studying again. Now it is not an ordinary student studying, who is studying as the disciple or devotee of the mother to fulfill her wish. She wants that I should study. And so with our redoubled concentration and energy I studied. I stood first in the center. And then it was our training course finished by the month of May. We were to go back. Before going, again I came here second time. And then I asked Madhav Panditji. He told me, Mother, don't reply to such letters from distance. So then I thought, if I can't stay here, I shall take the whole ashram with me. With this idea, I purchased some books. Money was short. Life Divine, Synthesis of Yoga, Tome 1, Tome 2, I took. And Madhav Pandit told, don't worry, you go and afterwards you send the money. And then I went and sent him the money. And after going there, and I was posted as a telephone inspector in Bhavnagar, Saurashtra, Gujarat. I worked and all the time one question was there before my eyes. You have to decide one thing, either this life or that life. You cannot put one foot in one boat and another foot in another. It cannot. You have to decide either of the two. And mind is not getting absorbed in the work. I was convincing the mind, if the mother wants you to continue the work, what you will do? You don't lose interest. Do fully with it. So I did the work with full interest, and finally after working for about 5 months or so, again in the month of October 16, I took some 45 days leave and came to Pondicherry. Then I told Madhav Panditji that I want to stay here, and he sent me to Ravindriji. Ravindriji sent me to this thing. Sitaramji, now dining room work started, and I was told, Mother is now very busy. She will see you on November 7. So till then I was staying in some guest house. Perhaps it was a temple garden or something like that. I was staying in there. And on 7th, Mother saw me. That was the darshan day. By the side of Madhav Pandit's office row gate, there, door is there. By the side, there was Mother's chair, flowers, everything was arranged. People were standing in queue. And myself and Madhav Pandit both were there, breaking the queue near the mother. He went and he bowed down and took mother's blessing, and then I bowed down and took her blessings. When I lifted my head, and Madhav Pandit told, he wants to stay here. And then mother looked into my eyes deeply. She looked into the eyes, and then afterwards she gave me the message card and blessed me. And we came out. Madhav Pandit told me, tomorrow you will be your result. So next day, that is on November 8th, I went and asked Madhav Panditji, what did mother say? Madhav Panditji told me, mother says that you should not resign immediately. You should see whether the life here suits you or not. And she has told, he can try in this life. And third thing, she told that she has given you work in the bakery. So from November 8, 1961, I am there in bakery, and still I am in bakery. This is how I came to the mother. But above all that, the most important thing for me is the initiation by the mother. I came here on 16th of October 1961. This also I forgot. When I had decided to dedicate my life, the aim should remain always before my eyes. with this idea, I had stopped saving and maids, I was going maids. And when I came here and told that I want to stay here, and after that I saved. That was all the time, day and night, my ideal was remaining before my eyes. Okay. And then 16th I came, on 21st October, early morning vision. Before getting up, Mother revealed herself to me. Revealed herself that last October 21st we celebrated 51st anniversary of initiation by the Mother. I had written the whole vision and I read it in my room, a few people. I read it and I have brought the copy also, we can show you. There she revealed herself. And that is the most thing. I don't know how many thousands of lives penance is required to get such a vision. And then that there is introduction in that also I have written it.
Do you want to read it or do you want to tell us about it?
I can read it.
You can read it?
I can
All right.
read it if it's
Very good, yes.
And also there is introductory part, introduction and vision both I shall read.
Good.
I shall read the first invitation, I will read, and whole program shall I read? Okay. Invitation. An humble offering at the lotus feet of the Divine Mother. 51st anniversary of initiation by the Divine Mother. Program. Mother's music. Invocation. Introduction by Sri Shankar, prayers, the revelatory vision, meditation, Mother's blessings and prasad. Introduction. We feel very happy and grateful to the Mother for providing us this unique opportunity of celebrating the 51st anniversary of initiation by the Divine Mother of Sri Dattatreya Arhangal, who is completing 51 years as an ashramite at the lotus feet of the Divine Mother. Though the Mother saw him on 7th November 1961, accepted and blessed him with these prophetic words, he can try in this life, and gave him work in bakery. She has revealed to him silently on 21st October 1961 in the early morning vision at about 4 a.m. before getting up. Later in the reading room, when he happened to read in Complete Works of the Mother, volume number 13, these words of the Mother. When I say that I have initiated someone, I mean that I have revealed myself to this person without words, and that he was capable of seeing, feeling, and knowing what I am. He was convinced beyond all doubts that the Mother has initiated him. The vision sank like seed in his being, but he is constantly guarded, protected, and guided secretly, keeping the surface being unaware about it. Only in the year 2007, he was made aware that he is chosen by her to do some spiritual work for her. Since then, all his outer life and activities have taken a new turn. Our constant invocation, silent or articulate, is based on the revelatory vision and the sadhana she is working out in our day-to-day life. Invocation. Salute to the advent of the truth. 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 Golden light above, golden light below, golden light around, golden light within, golden light everywhere. Golden light in our soul, golden light in our heart, golden light in our mind, life and body, golden light in our thoughts, feelings and actions. Golden light we embody, golden light we radiate. We are the citizens of the new golden world, newborn by the grace of the Divine Mother. We do not belong to the past dawns, but to the noons of the future. I am a child of immortality chosen by Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. I have but to be faithful to myself and to them. Victory is sure. Even if I fell, I would rise again. This is the greatest, this is the truth. This alone can satisfy the soul in me. I shall endure through all tests and tribulations to the very end of the divine journey. I belong to the divine, I cannot fail. I belong to the divine, I cannot fail.
Now, I would like to ask you then, what was your vision? What was your experience?
It comes when I read the revelatory vision. This is invocation of the program. This is the program invocation. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurovindaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurovindaya. This is how she has made me do sadhana. It is herself who has done sadhana in me. I am the physical mind, I offer myself to thee. I am the physical vital, I offer myself to thee. I am the physical body, I offer myself to thee. I am Sri Aurobindo Ashram, I offer myself to thee. I am Pondicherry, I offer myself to thee. I am India, I offer myself to thee. I am the world, I offer myself to thee. I am the universe, I offer myself to thee. I am the whole creation, I offer myself to thee. Reveal thyself to me, manifest thyself in me. Reveal thyself to me, manifest thyself in me. Reveal thyself to me, manifest thyself in me. Om Tat Sat Jyotiraravinda Satyam Jnanam Jyotiraravinda. 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 After this invocation, we read some prayers. These prayers are from the Mother's prayers and meditations. Shall I read or?
We can go to your experience.
Oh, then I shall go to this. And this prayer, I read it for me. And I can, if you allow me, I can read this also.
Surely.
Art thou not myself crystallized for my work? Always the word thou makest me hear in the silence is sweet and encouraging, O Lord. But I see not in what this instrument is worthy of the grace thou accordest to it, or how it will have the capacity to realize what thou attendest from it. All in it appears so small, weak and ordinary, so lacking in intensity and force and amplitude in comparison with what it should be to undertake the overwhelming role. But I know that what the mind thinks is of little importance. The mind itself knows it passive, it awaits the working out of thy decree. Thou biddest me strive without cease, and I could wish to have the indomitable order that prevails over every difficulty. But thou hast put in my heart a peace so smiling that I fear I no longer know even how to strive. Things develop in me, faculties and activities as flowers bloom, spontaneously and without effort, in a joy to be, a joy to grow, a joy to manifest thee, whatever the mode of thy manifestation. If struggle, it is so gentle and easy that it can hardly be given the name. But how small is this heart to contain so great a love, and how weak this vital and physical being to carry the power to distribute it. Thus thou hast placed me on the threshold of the marvelous way. But will my feet have the strength to advance upon it? But thou repliest to me that my movement is to soar, and it would be an error to wish to walk. O Lord, how infinite is thy compassion. Once more thou hast taken me in thy omnipotent arms and cradled me on thy unfathomable heart. And thy heart said to me, torment not thyself at all. Torment not thyself at all. Be confident like a child. Art thou not myself crystallized for my work? Art thou not myself crystallized for my work? Art thou not myself crystallized for my work? Now I shall read the revelatory vision. The revelatory vision, which stamped on my being the seal of initiation by the Divine Mother. The silent revelation by the Mother of herself on 21st October 1961 in a vision at about 4 a.m. before getting up consisted of 4 successive scenes. 1. On the southwest horizon, there was a mountain range. Behind it, the Mother appeared. Only her bust was seen. 2. The golden world, the sky above, the earth below, the atmosphere around, all pulsating with intense, most enchanting golden splendor. The Mother standing there, a great, gigantic and magnificent figure, her feet on earth and her head reaching in the sky. 3. The Mother sitting in the golden world and blessing her children. 4. Myself standing there with 2 children exactly like the Mother, one on my right arm and another on the left. The golden child on my left arm appeared like a newborn child, radiant and most dynamic. The golden child on my right arm was older and less radiant. By this silent, unique vision, the Divine Mother enlightened me with 4 of her aspects. Though all were simultaneous yet successive in perception. 1. Transcendental. 2. Universal. 3. Individual. And 4. The evolving divine consciousness in the creation, which at a particular stage of development becomes A fully developed intellectual being, further emerges as B, the psychic being, which effectuates the yoga of Sri Aurobindo and realizes the divine life upon the earth. This vision has been influencing me secretly all these 51 years and has enabled me to present it before you. Myself being an ordinary child, the mother has blessed me with her revelatory vision. I offer all of myself in gratitude to her. I am fully convinced that it is possible for anyone aspiring sincerely and constantly only for the divine can realize him.
Thank you.
This is the way.
Thank you. Now, did you go to mother? Did you go to mother on your birthdays?
First birthday I was quite new, and later on wherever permission was given, I was going. I was going almost every, because sometimes mother was not well and permission was not granted. Otherwise I was going. But I remember once mother told, I had taken rose as well as that divine love, that both flowers. Oh, he has brought both, she exclaimed. And she used to stretch her feet, and we were placing on her knees and then on her feet, and after some time when our time is over, she will draw back her feet, and that means she should understand and go. And that we were going.
Did you write to mother?
In my early days, time to time, I used to send the report of my sadhana. And often I used to conclude my report with a lotus, I am always a seek for thy divine feet, like that. And in one letter, I wrote, I am today making a special offer. And that letter, in that one, at the end, usually mother was not replying anything. In that one, she has written blessings for realization. That one, that was only in a letter pad, and I have xeroxed it and kept it. It is with me here.
Can you show us?
It is with me here. Progressive, and I say, my mother has kept me very much contented and happy. This one.
So this is a copy of the letter, and on the back, mother has written blessings for realization. Very beautiful.
Can you read out that letter?
Would you like to read the letter?
Shall I read it?
Yeah.
Yes.
30th June 1966. Divine Mother, today I am making a special offering of the following. That which smiles while reading Sri Aurobindo, asking often to turn to mother, turn to the mother, to be open to the mother, etc. 2. That which doubts my confidence and capacity to realize such a great goal, such a great ideal. That which brings slackness and lack of intensity in my aspiration and takes away from before my eyes the ideal and makes me live in forgetfulness, unconsciousness, and laziness. 4. That which thinks itself wiser and seeks to advise others, and that which feels sorry when the truth it expresses is not recognized by others, and for that reason which tends to say, well, you do what you want to listen, and see the truth as I do with you. Go, I have nothing to hear from you. That which thinks of the welfare of the relatives, brothers and sisters and parents, that which pulls me down into the smallness and subjects me to agitations, throws me out of poise and balance in the face of successes and failures. For the time being, that's all. Ever in gratefulness for all that you are doing in me, for the help and guidance I am getting from within. I remain eternally your child, Dattatreya. Blessings for realization. What I have to say more?
Well, I would like to ask you some questions. Who did you send your letters through? Always through Madhav Pandit?
Through Madhav Pandit, usually through Madhav Pandit, I was going through.
Mm-hmm. And did you know many of the older sadhaks?
All the sadhaks I don't know. I was concerned with bakery and bakery workers and bakery in charge. And those days I was going to listen to the lectures of Puraniji. And in the class, the Kamalakanta was taking classes. And who else? I have not heard much about
Pavitra? Pavitra?
Pavitra, I know. Pavitra, I have not heard his lectures, but we were doing exercise in the gymnasium hall with Pavitra. I was doing exercise, I was also doing exercise. And he was doing turning this way, here the hands, and the lines will be there, it will activate, and that all that he was telling.
How were the talks of Purani?
It is all so many experiences, guidance, instructions, and every stage there is some kind of. I received mantras and so many. It is. And I can't say it is. I have done sadhana. It is her work, and she has worked out all the things.
Can you tell us a little bit about the bakery in the early days and the bakery today?
Bakery in the old days, the in charges were very strict about discipline, about coming, going, and dedication to work. And now more it is left to the individuals and their sincerity, and the quality of work, and this is more depending upon the machines and how to say whatever little of concentrated attention you put into it. For us in those days, the only thing was this. Nowadays, the workers that come, they have got many-sided interests, and of course, in a sadhana like this, one has to develop all the parts of the body. We cannot complain anybody about anything, because it is mother those days also it was the mother standing before us. Today also it is the mother. It is she who is working through everybody. But there is a lot of change in this thing. But one who can see the mother in everything, one can see the sincerity, the growth, and they are growing in more and more accuracy and perfection, but that is not by the inner growth or inner, but the outer intellectual and observing this thing. And I don't think that it is the sense of the developing psychic or this thing that is governing that. It is the sense of duty, sense of collectivity that governs the work. Formerly it was quite different. Quite different.
Ask him about Bhavani Prasad.
I think, so for rules and regulations are so much relaxed nowadays that everything is left to you, and how much you control, how much you leave, it depends on the progress. Your sincerity is perfectly your business. You and mother, your growth. And outer things, whatever is seen, they are seeing how much your interest putting. My particular attitude when I came out, I was thinking all the 24 hours I belong to bakery. And I may do other things, but if any need of ours comes, I must be here for the work. That was the thing.
Tell us about Bhavani Prasad.
Bhavani Prasad is now has completed 96 and is running 97. And even before coming here, I had the impression that he is standing in a certain level of spiritual achievement in his talks and in ways of behavior, and how he could control himself, his speech, especially his way of maintaining balance in spite of the tempting situations. He could maintain his voice very nicely. And he was taking Savitri class, and he was explaining things. That is there.
Do you read Savitri?
Yes, I read. I read sometimes. Now, twice in a week in the school, I read with our co-worker teacher. And sometimes I was translating also something.
Not only encourage
Whatever, whatever work I undertake, that if any difficulty comes, some guidance comes. I have not borrowed the book, it is there somewhere. When I was doing translation, Savitri and this thing, I got some message, direction I had received message. And I write poetry also. Poetry, 3 books are published. One is Daivish Parsha is Divine Touch, and then another one is Ratnamalai. And the third one is Kripavashti.
Can you read one of your poems? Can you read one of your poems to us?
Sure. But published one or not published one? See, these are the 3 volumes, these 3 books I have published. This is the first one, Daivish Parsha, this is the Ratnamalai, and this is Kripavashti. This is the latest.
Just done this, sir.
The first 2 this is offering. I shall read the first and the last. This first one is a prayer, prarthana. ನನ್ನ ನಿದ್ದೆಯ ಕಳೆಯ ಕಳೆದು ನಿನ್ನೆಚ್ಚರದ ಬೆಳೆ ಮಾಗುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡು, ಮೂಡಿ ಬಾ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗಾಗಿ ಆಗಿ ನೀ ನನ್ನ ಹಾಡು. This is Nidya is sleep. Nidya kale means in the field something that grows, that eats up the crops. That is something which is not wanted by the harmful to the crop. That Nidya, the sleep is that thing. Removing that sleep, that unwanted thing. Make such that ನಿನ್ನ ಎಚ್ಚರದ ಬೆಳೆ. The bele is a harvesting, the crop of thy awakening, crop of thy consciousness. That should mago is harvest. It comes when it is fully grown. Make that the crop of your consciousness may come, and then moodiva appear. Nanna jeevanadalli, in my life, belagagi, becoming dawn in my life. Appear, becoming dawn, and agini nannadu, becoming my poems. This is the first one, and the last one is this one I tell. This one smaller. Trupti. Trupti is the satisfaction. Trupti. ಆ ಕಡೆ ಏನಿದೆ, on that side, what is there on that side? ಈ ಕಡೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಡ್? ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೂ ನಿನ್ನ ಮುಖ. ಆನ್ ಆಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆನ್ ಎವರಿ ಸೈಡ್. ನಿನ್ನನೆ ನೋಡುತ್ತ ನಗುತ್ತಿರುವುದೇ, ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ದಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಮೈಲಿಂಗ್. ಇಹ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಮಸ್ಥ. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಯ್. This is the last poem, Dayasparsha. This is the
What do you have to say to young people today who are seeking the divine?
Yes, because my dreams are such that if by the grace of the mother, if she arranges, it is all she has to arrange. I can start a department of spiritual culture. That as you have physical culture, we can have a spiritual culture. They have written so much and so well, step by step, how we can progress. But it can be done under the supervision of somebody. And so that if one is left to oneself, that is different. One may be under illusion or may go wrong way. That is possible. And to the youngsters, my advice is that keep the goal before you always, and go on steadily. Keep your balance, inner balance and outer balance, and whomever you find that can help you and guide you, take help from him. And wherever there is a doubt or this thing, you approach somebody. Or if you have the capacity, you approach within, and you will get, mother is there, she will reply. The meditation I did, and through meditation one can solve one's problems. That was the result of the meditation. And I was made to sit, and I was made to get up and walk and run. So all kinds of meditation, sitting meditation, walking meditation, running meditation, all kinds of meditation I have done. And these are working. While I was meditating, I was feeling as if I am a growing mountain.
So, a Kannada teacher in school, tell me something about his teaching teaching? When did you start teaching?
When did you start teaching in the school?
And right when I came here, the idea was that Kannada I should not forget, so that I should be in touch. With that idea, I took the permission from the mother that I want to teach, and then Ravindraji gave, I can give you permission on the condition that you should not leave your bakery work. Because people, he had many experience. Ravindraji was giving work now. What people do, they say that I want to work here and there, then they grow. And that department and that work is exposed. And the original work for which he is taken, they give up. And Ravindraji cannot do anything. So he told you should not start working more and more in the school, only one period. And then you should not give up bakery work. On this condition I was permitted. And since then I am there. I am teaching.
And what are you teaching? What are you teaching?
Kannada. Kannada, that is the mother
Language.
tongue. Mother
Language.
language.
Thank you so much. Very, very nice talk. Thank you.
Hey, no. What to say? I have told you my sadhana is not my personal sadhana. And how it started, how it worked. You asked me how you came and in all that. In the early days I remember in the dreams I was hearing flute, Krishna's flute, and I was moving, that is in dream, from where the flute is coming. And then I walked, followed. Then there was a room and closed the door. Room was there. I found himself inside the room, and the flute had stopped, and there was only a room, and Sri Aurobindo's photo was there. So that was much early. And in my early days, I was given in the Parka Sharpa dormitory. There was one cot, and so. There was light everywhere, that filled with light. You close it, the light won't go. All the lights are put off, the light won't go. Well, what will you do? I was just like a thin cloud. I was rising high, and then I was remaining there steady. That was how I was resting. That was in early days. And even this vision sank like a seed, that I have told you. But this thing, what 4 words, 3 words were kept always before my eyes as watchwords. Watchwords. Identification with the Supreme, constant, integral, self-existent, effortless. Identification with the Supreme, constant, integral, self-existent, effortless. As the watchwords, these were kept. Who has kept, how it has come, but these are kept before. Then my sadhana is led towards that. She is leading.
And Sri Aurobindo?
And
have you had any experiences of Sri Aurobindo?
Sri Aurobindo's experience, in the sense, in my early days when I was meditating, I seen exactly, not often or once, but at least once I have seen Sri Aurobindo's photo during meditation in my heart. And Sri Aurobindo I have seen in a vision, in dream vision. In dream vision I have seen, and there was in the dream rumor that Sri Aurobindo is coming, Sri Aurobindo is coming, so we were all waiting and all that. And Sri Aurobindo appeared in the sky. Namaste, Namaste, Sri Aurobindo, something like that I said. That was once in dream. That way I have seen. And before coming here in a vision, we can say the figure was like that of Sri Aurobindo. And in a dream I was going towards the station, railway station. I was there, And there I saw a figure, quite radiant, on the face like the Sri Aurobindo, Dadi and everything. When I looked at it, very powerful figure, he told, turn back, come, like that. From the station I told, and he was smoking, and he gave me a cigar. He gave me a cigar, and without smoke, it was burning. Without smoking, it was burning. And then carry on.
Thank you so much.